What's up everyone, this is Mario Virgil and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I like to post a lot of videos on my BMW M3. I like to post videos on different car shows I attend, so if you're interested in watching some more footage, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So on my previous videos, I have talked about some of the reasons why I got my BMW M3, some of the things that I liked about it, and just like every other car that I have owned, there are certain things that I highly dislike about my M3. Now, just to start off, I want to say that I do love this car. I love mostly everything about it. I enjoy this car each and every single day. I am thankful and I feel blessed to be able to have a car like this and to be able to afford it, you know. But for the purpose of this video, let's talk about the things that I dislike. So the first thing I dislike about this car is the fact that every time I turn it on, it starts up with all of my settings in sport, which are basically the default settings for when the car starts up. Now, this is my daily driver, and most of the time I have my settings either in comfort and efficient, or when I want to go out and have some fun in the car, I'll turn them up to a Sport Plus, meaning I never really have my settings on Sport. So it's kind of annoying that every time I turn on the car, I have to change the settings manually. And I know pressing a button is not that big of a deal, but I feel like for a car like this and for what it costs, you should be able to program your settings to however you like. So moving on to the second thing I dislike about this car is the sound. You know, the previous M3 was an E92, which had a V8 naturally aspirated, and it would redline at a screaming 8,300 RPMs. So I never really owned any, but I did get to drive a few, and when you hear a V8 to hearing a turbocharged V6, the sound is completely different. You know, I feel like out of all M cars, the BMW M3s and M4s are probably the worst sounding out of all of them. Now, the sound is not that bad where you don't want to own this car. I think the pops and crackles that the exhaust makes, they kind of make up for the sound. But then again, when you buy a sports car, you know, you want to make sure the car sounds as good as the car looks. So the one thing that I really dislike about my M3, I guess any M car, is the fact that they can be replicated very easily. Now, what do I mean by that? I can easily go to a BMW dealership right now, get myself a 325i, take it to a shop, put some BMW M3 bumpers all around it, change the hood, put a quad exhaust, and it'll look identical to a BMW M3. And I've seen it happen. So now I could have a BMW M3 for less than half the price. Obviously, it's not a BMW M3, but it looks identical. Now, I understand if you don't need the 400 plus horsepower that these cars make. Let's say you might not want to spend that much money on these cars, but I do take a lot of pride in the cars I owned, and as an M car owner, you know, it does kind of suck seeing things like that go on. It is kind of annoying, especially when people put M badges on non-M cars. Another example, let's say a Corvette. Chevrolet does not make any other cars that look like Corvettes. Even Mustangs. Ford does not make any other cars that if you throw some bumpers on it, it'll look just like a Mustang. I feel like it should be the same thing with all BMW M cars. So that's it. I mean, those are the only three things that I can think of. I mean, they aren't things that will not make you want to have the car. Those aren't things that make me regret owning this car. But like I said, every car that I have owned, they have all had certain things that I highly disliked about them. And at the end of the day, I still love this car. I'm very happy with owning this car, and I still think that this car is probably one of the best in the sports sedan class. I definitely think it's at the top of the list. So that's it for today's video. Those are the things I dislike about my car. Thank you guys for watching. If you have a BMW M3, comment down below, let me know what you guys dislike about it. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a great week.